Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. Aplenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the face lines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, and erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Fuss. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop. All throughout Braves country, pop that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is this America? Is baseball not
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come. You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pure. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the narrow
this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
A beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for the Miami Marlins in center field. 3 RBI, 7 stolen bases, a 152 average. It's Jacob Marcy. He's in center field. Batting second, playing second, Xavier Edwards. 1 home run, 6 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .359. Justin Ramirez is batting third behind the plate tonight. He's got 1 home run, 8 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .250. Liam Hicks is batting cleanup and playing first. 3 home runs, 16 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .319. Nato Lopez is batting fifth and playing short. He's got 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .317. Owen Casey is in right field and batting sixth. A .267 average with 2 home runs, 12 RBI, and a stolen base. Norby is the designated hitter, and he's batting seventh. .255 average with 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Sanoa is in left field, batting .342 on the year. 7 RBI, 1 stolen base. And Pauly is at third, batting ninth. 4 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .167. Batting leadoff for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 home run, 5 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .242. Drake Baldwin batting second behind the plate. 5 home runs, 17 RBI, a .300 average. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 4 home runs, a .299 clip, and 11 RBI. And Austin Riley is batting cleanup, a .226 average with an 8 RBI and 2 stolen bases. Diaz is once again batting fifth and in left field. 4 RBI, 1 stolen base, 192 on the year. Ozzie Albies batting sixth, playing second. 3 home runs, 7 RBI, 288 average. And Dominic Smith, the Dominator, is the designated hitter. He's got a 353 average, 3 home runs, 11 RBI. Batting 8th and in center field, it's Michael Harris II. 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting 259. Mauricio Dubon is batting 9th and at short. 2 home runs, 11 RBI, a 339 average. On the mound for the Miami Marlins, it's Max Meyer. 1-0 with a 3.68 ERA and a 1.36 whip. 14 innings, 15 strikeouts, 12 hits allowed, 8 walks given up, and 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Raylo. He's back from his suspension with a 1-0 record and a 1.15 ERA, a 0.96 whip, 15 innings, 10 hits, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 3 home runs served. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's James Jean. Your first base umpire, Adam Beck. Second base will be manned by Jeremy Rehak, and down the third base line, it's Dan Iasona. Game time temperatures here in Truist Park, Atlanta, Georgia, 84 degrees with the wind blowing in from right field into left at about 6 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 155 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Miami Marlins plus 142 on the money line. Our pick to click tonight for your Atlanta Braves. Looking at the numbers against Max Meyer, and come on, he's due. Give me Austin Riley, 3 for 7 with a home run and 2 RBI. He's got a 429 average. No, he hasn't been hitting the ball that great this year, but he's gotten into a couple recently for extra bases. Maybe tonight's the night he slaps one out of the park. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to even this series up and put some runs on the board. Give me Atlanta 7-3. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country! Hope you're having a great night. It's going to be an even better night when we get this win. Good to see you, Royal PETA, Uncle Charlie. South Carolina running back legend George Rogers. Everybody loves Raymond. Iron Lung. Armchair, but that's us. Not sure who's doing it tonight over on that side. Wait for them to chime in. Good to see you, Coco. Who else do we have in the country club tonight? Salty Ron, good to see you. And the GOAT is in here tonight. Good to see you, GOAT. Other folks on the outside with their nose pressed up to the glass. Into the country club, it's Big Truck. Good to see you, buddy. I gotta pull my phone out to see these. Give me 1 second. Robert Sharpton, James Fisher King. If I haven't seen anybody, I just open up the app on my phone because it's easier for me to see the non-members. So chime in if you haven't heard your name yet. Justin Green, Eric Wood, I guess Oswaldo is in here. I see Iron Lung saying hi to him. I didn't see his name, but it must be from earlier. Rebecca. I think that's... Oh, hey, there's old Rich 22. Good to see you, B.A. Baracus. We're just a few minutes away from pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. We'll be back in a flash. Time to get your game face on. Make you a cold one. A coffee. I guess if you're Iron Lung, make you a vodka. If you're John, pour you a cold beer. Whoever's out there. If you like the non-alcoholic drinks, prayers. I have to stay alert during these ball games. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR. Raylo night. We might see another fight.
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here. It can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fans and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Just as the score of the tying run. Breathe to the plate. And he is safe.
We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, Braves country. Atlanta Braves are wearing their home whites. Braves across the chest. Tomahawk underneath. And it looks like we can lift this and put that on the screen. And everything is hunky-dory in the land of Oz. It's going to take me a pitch or two to get this synced up as I'm a touch in front because the way I bring it to you tonight. So I got to pause my screen as Marcy's coming to the plate. Left-handed bat, digging in. Miami in their grays. Road grays, and the first pitch on the way is right there at the knees. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. And that'll even up the count at 1-1. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves. Is the 1-1 high and out of the zone. Ball 2, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Nothing your score, just getting started. Left to right across the outfield, it's the Yaz, Michael Harris, and Acuna. Round the horn left to right is a 3-1 count. It's Riley, Dubon, Ozzie, and Olsen. Drake is behind the plate once again. And, of course, Raylo on the bump. The 3-1 pitch, swing, rips it through the infield. That's going to be a hard hit grounder into right field. Acuna comes up with it with his purple glove and purple shoes, and it's a leadoff single for the Miami Marlins. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Miami won the first game 10-4. Xavier Edwards comes to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Good speed with Edwards. First pitch shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Infield back into the right. The pitch on the way. Just misses the outside corner. Ball 2-0. Two-0 count. Righty-lefty. And the pitch on the way is fouled back out of play. 2-1. We'll flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Braves nothing, Marlins nothing. Top of the first inning. The 2-1 pitch. Raylo brings it high and out of the zone, and Drake drops the ball. Thankfully, Marcy was scattering back to back to first base. He was threatening like he was about to steal second. It's more of a deke than anything else, but he should have went because Drake dropped the ball, scurrying, trying to keep him at bay. So now a 3-1 count, and Raylo in big time trouble. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch on the way. Runner goes, that's ball 4, it should be at least, and the throw goes out into center field. And they're going to have runners on the corners and nobody out. I mean, it is an absolute buffoonery out there. The ball gets thrown wide by Drake. Dubon tried to quick grab and tag and messed that up as the ball was way outside wide. He should have secured it before worried about tagging him. He was never going to get him. And then the ball rolls away, and then Dubon gets the ball and kind of chucks it back towards the infield. And it gets away from Ozzie. Ozzie was able to grab it before it did any real damage. But you got runners on the corners, nobody out. Ronaldo Lopez spinning his wheels here. This will be pitch 11 of the inning. First pitch on the way, swing, fouls it back. It's 0-1. Augustin Ramirez, batting .250 on the year with a home run and 8 RBI. Power hitting catcher. He was the designated hitter last night. Tonight, he is behind the plate. He and Hicks take turns behind the plate. Hicks tonight is at first. They were sending Edwards on the play. He has to return. The 0-1 from Raylo comes set. Flips it over to first again. Nowhere near in time. So an 0-1 count. Comes set. Raylo looking back. Here's the pitch. Ball on the way below the knees. Here comes the throw down to second base. Smoke him if you got him, because Drake got him. Great throw by the Drake, and on top of that, Good tag by Ozzie, and there's one down. McCullough, the manager of the Marlins this year, he looked in to see if they wanted to challenge that, but he had him dead to right. So a great throw by the Drake. This time they hold on to the tag. Edwards, normally a really good base runner, he just did not get a very good jump on that one. And it was a pitch that was down and in, so a great throw considering everything Raylo was dealing with. The 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it. High into right field. Acuna's got it. Here comes the runner. We're coming home to the plate, and Marcy will score, and the Marlins lead it 1-0. 2 outs now on F9 your scorecard. But the way this inning started, you'll take that at this point. They had runners on the corners and nobody out, and now they have 2 outs and 1 across. Acuna keeps a card inside his glove, and it kind of sticks out. I don't know how he plays with that. It's like a lineup card that I'm sure he has cheat sheet notes on, but it sticks out of the bottom of his glove. I noticed it last night. I don't remember seeing it prior to, where it stuck out that far. I'd seen it before, but it's normally, I think he's pushing it back in now as we speak, but during that catch, that card was sticking out, the 1-0, right there on the outer edge, called for a strike. It's 1-1. Typically, players keep it in their pocket and then pull it out in between batters. I don't know what it was doing in the bottom of his glove. I don't know if he forgot he had it there. It's really strange. But he made the catch, and it didn't affect the throw. Marcy, with good speed, the center fielder, was going to score regardless. Liam Hicks, righty-lefty, the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1, P at the knees, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Foul back out of play. We'll do it again. Lopez is on deck. We had a 2-2 count. The pitch on the way. Swing. Hits it up the middle, and it's going to be a line drive out. Dubon there to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Miami 1, Braves nothing. We go to the bottom of the first here in Braves country.
All right, as you all know, we are headed into our busy season, so please let me know if you have any time off planned. I need to get that in as soon as possible.
I submitted a few days in February for a snowboard trip.
Kate, I saw that request come in. You should have received approval already.
All right, anything coming up for you, Brian?
Yeah, so I'm actually going on a backpacking trip through the Himalayas, so pretty excited. It's going to be like a few months.
Wait, did you just say a couple of months?
Yeah, well, it's actually technically 4, but unlimited PTO, right? I mean, per the employee handbook, so I figured, well, might as well use it.
Those requests have to come through HR.
Yeah, you can't just take a couple months off at a time. That's not how this works.
Well, now I'm stuck with a non-refundable Sherpa fee, so not sure how we want to proceed or if the company can cover this, but...
We're definitely not covering your Sherpa fee. I can tell you that right now.
Warren Spahn, in his career, had 363 wins, 356 with the Braves, 4 with the Mets, and 3 with the Giants. Batting, he had 363 hits, 356 with the Braves, 4 with the Mets, and 3 with the Giants. He had 4 playoff wins, and you guessed it, 4 playoff hits.
But for all Johnson's skill and speed, there was one hitter whom he could not seem to intimidate. A young Georgian playing for Detroit, who soon found a way to get hits off Johnson. Walter Johnson was a kindly man, the Georgian explained, and never really wanted to hurt anybody.
It was useless to try for more than a single off Johnson. You had to poke and try to meet the ball. If you swung, you were dead. After he told me he was afraid he might kill a hitter, I used to cheat. I'd crowd the plate till I was actually sticking my toes on it, knowing he'd be so timid that he'd pitch me wide. Then with 2 balls and no strikes, he'd ease one up to get it one over. That's the Johnson pitch I hit. Ty Cobb.
Welcome back. Max Meyer, the pitcher. First pitch on the way is down below the knees to Ron Acuna Jr. It's 1-0. Left to right across the outfield for the Marlins as the 1-0 pitch is swung on, lifted. Over towards third base. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. One away. Drake Baldwin comes to the plate. First pitch is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Myers comes set, goes back to work. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Comes set, kicks and fires off the edge. Strike 3. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Across the outfield for the Marlins, it's Sanoa, Marcy, and Casey. Lopez is at shortstop tonight for the Marlins. And up the middle, Edwards at second. On the corners, it'll be Pauly at third and Hicks at first. Ramirez behind the plate and Meyer on the hill. First pitch to Matt Olson is a four-seam fastball inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Meyer brings it. Right there, changeup on the outer edge. 1-1. Marlins 1, Braves nothing. Max Meyer. Kind of an underrated right-hander. If you know anything about the Marlins organization, they always have good pitching. The 1-1 pitch, outside wide, 2-1. Their biggest issue that they've had over the years because of their financial restraints, very little fan support down there, is that they just haven't been able to keep the pitchers when they've been great, and they can't attract big-name hitters. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it down the first base line, 2-2. So 2-2 count. Looks like Olson might have cracked his bat. Placing that one real quick. Meyer just 9 pitches into the outing. Olson digging in. The 2-2 pitch. Swing! Fouls it away. We'll do it again. So a 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, hits it up the middle, and backhanded by Edwards. Good defensive play over there. That's going to be a 4-3 put out to end the inning. Hard hit ball by Olson, but right into the defense. We'll be back in a flash. 1-0 Miami.
Dad, look, it's the good Kush. This is the dollar store. How good can it be?
Just thought you guys should know that the Scottish have a word for laying around in bed after it's time to get up, and it's called herkle-durkling. I do be herkling and I do be durkling, and once I've herkled my last durkle in a given morning, I will get up, but I'm a big fan of a herkle-durkle, so you should be too.
There'll be a slight chance I might be pregnant.
Really? And why do you say that?
I've been craving weird things that I'm not
normally craving?
Yeah.
And now you crave it?
Like water.
Well, some of it
I'm
could
craving
be
water. You ain't pregnant, you're thirsty. Go drink you some water. It'll be alright.
The Oakland Athletics mascot is somewhat randomly an elephant, but there is a reason for that. In the early 1900s, New York Giants manager John McGraw told the Athletics owner that he had a white elephant on his hands. A white elephant is something that's not as valuable as the effort needed for it. Athletics manager Connie Mack heard this and decided to make an elephant the team's logo.
How do we opt out of TikTok shop videos?
I don't want to see them anymore. I'm not going to shop on TikTok Shop. I'm going to shop on Amazon. Stop showing me your videos.
How come your socks aren't the same color?
I don't know. How come your kids don't have the same last name?
The greatest ball player of all time? I picked the Detroit man because he is, in my judgment, the most expert man of his profession and is able to respond better than any other ball player to any demand made upon him. He plays ball with his whole anatomy, his head, his arms, his hands, his legs, his feet. I have never seen a man who had his heart more centered in the sport than Cobb has when he's playing. I believe Cobb would continue to play ball if he would charge something for the privilege, and if the only spectator were the groundskeeper, Charles Comiskey.
Welcome back.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
First pitch is down and away from Raylo. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0 right there at the knees for a strike. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Pitch off the edge. Ball 2-1. Marlins 1, Braves nothing. The 2-1 on the way from Raylo is down and away. 3-1. 3-1 count. Otto Lopez, the batter, standing on deck is Casey and then Norby. So the 5-6-7 holds. The 3-1 misses outside, ball 4. Raylo struggled with command in the first inning. Now we see it once again in the second. You wouldn't think that extra day of rest would have an ill effect. You'd think he'd actually be a little more ready to roll, but it looks like he's got a little rust on him out there. First pitch to start off the at-bat to Casey is a curveball way outside wide. It's 1-0. One-0. Comes set. Brings it. Fastball right there on the outer edge. 1-1. One from Raylo. Pitch right down Main Street. 1-2. They're in the third inning in Philadelphia, and the Phillies lead the Cubs 3-2. Philadelphia batting. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Fits it back foul, four seam on the inner. Right there in on the hands. It's 1-2 once again. One-two count. Raylo flips it over to first. He's already at 28 pitches. I mean, that's not a great number this early in the game. He really could use a double play. The 1-2. Pitch, down and away, runner goes, throw down to second base, and it's bobbled by Dubon, and he'll be in there for a stolen base. Runner at second, and nobody out. I don't think he gets him even if he holds on to him. Would have been really close. As that ball hit the ground, he was sliding in, so Lopez probably safe regardless. This is a fast Miami Marlins team. The 2-2 pitch, down and away, ball 3, 3-2. So a full count. Raylo kicks and fires, fouls it away down the left field line and out of play. Miami 1, Atlanta nothing. The payoff pitch. Right there at the knee, strike 3. Casey wants to challenge this. It's going to be close. It was right there at the bottom of the zone. If he hit the zone, it was the very top of the ball. It's not a bad challenge by Casey, even if he doesn't get it. Looks like it might have been low. Nope, we got it. Strike 3. Just 5% of the ball. I mean, just the very top of the ball. One down. Big strikeout there for Raylo. Could really change this outing. Now Norby the batter with Sanoa moving to the on-deck circle. Righty-righty. Raylo flips it over to first real quick. He's got to work on his pickoff moves. I mean, it's pretty bad. Notice that last few outings, mainly because he's used it more than he ever used to. But his pickoff move is slow and it's telegraphed. You keep waiting for like a secondary one. That pitch on the way, swing, that ball's whistled up the middle. Through for a base hit. Money Mike picks it up, fires it home, and that'll be a run as they'll run on his arm. And then with that, the runner moves from first up to second. So 2-0 Miami and a runner at second. Bad decision by Harris to come home with it. He was never going to throw him out. Raylo was backing up the play. Riley thought about trying to cut the ball off, but it was so high and outside of where he is, he couldn't cut it off. First pitch on the way, four-seam fastball upstairs, inside for a strike to Sanoa. It's 0-1. So the Braves trail 2-0. He's not really known for an elite arm, Mike. He makes his defensive presence with his legs, not his arm, as the pitch on the way is right there for a strike. 0-2. But he doesn't have a terrible arm, to be said there. But that was just a bad decision. You got to realize who's on second base when you do that. The 0-2 pitch, that ball whistled through the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Acuna, he comes up, and they know not to run on that arm. So the runners will be at the corners and 1 out. 97 off the bat. They are smoking them. That one, he was a little behind the pitch. But hit it just in the right spot. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Sure, the wheels are turning in the dugout about when you need to go out there and talk to him. Graham Pauley, the number 9 hitter, standing in, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, they run on him again, and that's going to be another stolen base. Man, oh man alive. Pitch on the way, swing, blast it. Deep into right field, off the wall. It's going to go off the wall. Here comes the throw home. 1 run will score. The throw comes home from Dubon, and it looks like he got him. And there's no argument from the runner, so it's 3-0, but there are 2 outs. Great throw. It looks like my video it keeps jumping back and forth, so I keep messing y'all up. I do apologize, but it's just the way There's nothing I can do about it. It's where we are here in the blackout market. Ball was smoked off the wall, and Acuna quickly got it back into the infield. And the throw came home. They just got him. So 3-0 your score. Back to the top of the order, Jacob Marcy, the batter. So we'll try to wait for it to catch up. Righty-lefty matchup, 3-0 your score. They haven't. There it goes. Pitch chopped down the line foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away. He's showing bunt and pulls it back. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Lopez, another pitch down below the knees. Ball 2-2-1. This looks like it's going to be a short night for Lopez too. He's not hitting his spots. He's got runners all over the place. Braves trail 3-0. They can get the runs back, but Myers pitched very well against the Braves in the past. The 2-1. Lopez comes set. High and out of the zone. Ball 3-1. 3-1 count. Hefner is pacing in the dugout. He's at the top step. He's about to head out there if he doesn't get him. The 3-1 pitch right there at the knees. Slider. Full count. Cincinnati leads San Francisco 1-0. They are in the, it's like the fourth inning there. The payoff pitch from Raylo. Time is called. Marcy steps out of the box. Tomorrow we got a doubleheader coming your way. The early game while you're at work, so don't forget your earbud. Cardinals and Guardians, a 1:15 first pitch, and then Braves and Marlins tomorrow night, 7:15. The 3-2 pitch, swing. That ball is smoked up the middle, and here comes another runner around. He'll come in. This time, Harris does the smart thing and throws it to second, and it is 4-0 Miami. They are just absolutely tattooing Raylo. He's going to hit one of these batters. Hefner's going to come out there and talk to him. I mean, they are. What's the news phrase everyone uses nowadays? Belt to ass. That's what's going on out here. Xavier Edwards coming to the plate. We're here in the top of the second inning. Still a long way to go. Raylo's got to stop the bleeding. He's already thrown 46 pitches. Righty-lefty matchup. As Raylo flips it over to first again. None of these pickoff moves are even remotely close. I think only one of them that we've seen so far tonight actually had a guy sliding into the base. The rest of them have just been beating him back there, standing up. First pitch is a four-seamer outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0, and they're running on Raylo at will. It's just round and round and round we go. They're getting on. They're stealing second, and then the base hit to score. The 1-0, runner goes. Here comes the throw, and Safe again. Another stolen base. He just has such a slow, long leg kick. It's really difficult. For Baldwin to even make a competitive throw. It's kind of a miracle that he threw the one out, the 2-0. Down below the knees, 3-0. 3-0 count. $4-0 your score. Standing on deck is Ramirez. Lopez. There's a four-seam fastball there on the outer edge. It's 3-1. Three-one count, swung on and fouled back. Full count now. Runner at second, 2 outs. 4-0. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing, slaps it towards the left, and making the diving grab is the Yaz, and that'll end the inning. Great defensive play by the Yaz, but 4 runs across so far. Raylo's got to get calmed down, and we've got to get some runs.
Drink a whole lot of whiskey, chase a lot of women, and become a legend and die.
Hard work does not guarantee success. It doesn't, and it never will. But it absolutely will put you in the best position to be able to achieve it. I think that's one thing that we've seen throughout the course of this season. We got some remarkable men that are sitting here in front of me. And the work you put in, the decision that you made, just to say yes. Because you know what? It's really easy when things don't go well, right? And you're hurt, right? And you're angry, and you're sad. The easiest thing to do is to pull back and stop. That's what the world wants you to do. You deserve better than that. So I apologize to you. For you guys that are playing your last game, you had a season that will be remembered forever. And I respect the hell out of who you are for being in here today, for stepping on that field and going and giving everything. You have my respect.
Be nice to him when he gets here.
I will.
Just because he doesn't like football.
He doesn't like football?
I've told you this already.
He doesn't like it at all?
No.
What does he do over a weekend?
Well, we do things. Like read books and go for walks and spend time together.
I don't think you should be seeing this guy.
Why not?
I don't trust him.
The world doesn't revolve around football, Dad.
It does. I still don't understand what he does over a weekend.
Well, this weekend we're going shopping.
No.
Baseball is a red-blooded sport for red-blooded men. It's no pink tea, and mollycoddles had better stay out. It's a struggle for supremacy, a survival of the fittest.
Ty Cobb liked sentimentality in his opponents because he had none himself. Baseball, he said, is something like a war.
Ty Cobb is one of the great natural forces of baseball. Testament to how far you can get simply through will. I don't think Ty Cobb had tremendous natural ability. I don't think he would be a great athlete today. But his intensity, his drive was unparalleled. Cobb was pursued by demons, and he took out all of his aggressions on the playing field. Everyone was his enemy.
Welcome back. 4-0 your score. Braves still looking for their first base runner. Max Meyer took the Braves 3 up, 3 down in the first inning, and Austin Riley stands in. First pitch on the way is outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. One-0. Strike right there at the knees. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at the four-seamer up and out of the zone. 1-2. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 2-2. The 2-2 swing. Hits it hard over to short. A one-hopper that about eats up Lopez. He stays with it. Fires it to first. And it's a 6-3. One away. Man, that was he was getting out of the way for self-preservation. The ball happened to grab the glove. That ball was ripped. Mike Yastrzemski stands in. First pitch is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The Yaz batting just 192 on the year. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 0-2. I have not seen one single reporter on the Braves ask the obvious question, why is Yastrzemski still batting fifth and Dominic Smith batting seventh when there's a 200-point difference in their batting average? The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three, and there's 2 down. Two down, and Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, chops it foul. 1-1. The 1-1 to Ozzie. Misses outside. Ball 2-1. Smith standing on deck, but there are 2 outs. Ozzie's got to get aboard. Braves nothing, Miami 4. Bottom of the second inning. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase one down around his ankles. 2-2. 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, lifts it high into left center field. That ball is going to get down where the green grass grows. Ozzie's turning first, heading for second, and it's going to be a 2-out sliding headfirst double by the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Shoots it into the gap. They cut it off before it hits the wall, but Ozzie, this speed, easily made it to second base. So now Dominic Smith stands in. And the Dominator, first pitch swinging, blasts it high and deep. If it's fair, it's got a chance. It's going to bend just foul. It's 0-1. Man, he gave that thing a ride. If it stays straight, it would have been really close. I think it at least gets to the top of the wall and scores Ozzie. And I don't know if it would have left the building. Giants are now on the board. It's 2-1 in Cincinnati. The 0-1 pitch is outside wide, 1-1. Washington leads Pittsburgh 4-1, and the Phillies still have a 3-2 lead over the Cubs in the fifth. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Smith steps out of the box. The 1-2 pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing! That ball is banged into right field. Down for a base hit. One run will score. It's 4-3 your Atlanta Braves, and the Dominator comes through again. Head first slide by Ozzie Albies
to step up. Make us believe again.
RBI single by Dominic Smith.
You just got nominated.
Nice slide by Ozzie, by the way. Belly slide. Left hand smacking the plate as he went by. First pitch to Michael Harris. High and out of the zone, four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires right there. Slider for a strike. It's 1-1. One count. Brings a strike slider, top of the zone, 1-2. Miami 4, Braves 1. Harris steps out of the box using his timeout. Standing on deck is Dubon. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nowhere near it. That'll end the inning, but the Braves are on the board. 4-1. Atlanta trails. We go to the third.
Well, you know I love my family. It's just sometimes I want to get in the car and run them all over.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. You might know MC Hammer as the rapper who made You Can't Touch This. As a teenager, he was a bat boy for the Oakland Athletics, and Reggie Jackson gave him the nickname Hammer. Jackson thought MC Hammer looked like Hank Aaron, whose nickname was Hammer and Hank. The Yankees currently have a no beards policy, but the Cincinnati Reds actually had a similar policy for around 30 years. In the late 1960s, general manager Bob Howsam enforced a no facial hair policy in order to give the Reds a presentable look. But the policy ended in 1999 when the Reds traded for Greg Vaughn.
It's the 21st century, and there are just so many fun and exciting ways to lose your money. So many ways to make your life even more interesting with crippling financial burdens. Why not one more way? New in Canada, it's Solitaire, MMORPG. Play with yourself, online. See other people playing with themselves, online. Poverty Poker Online, now offering Solitaire. A new way to lose all your money, even your home, from the comfort of your own home.
He was born on a Georgia farm in 1886 and named Tyrus after the ancient city of Tyre that stubbornly refused to surrender to Alexander the Great. His father was distant, demanding, and nothing young Tyrus could do ever seemed to satisfy him. The tense, skinny boy took out his anger on the diamond. He left home at 17 to play in the minors in Alabama and Tennessee. His father warned him, "Don't come home a failure." That admonition, Cobb recalled, put more determination in me than he ever knew. My overwhelming need was to prove myself as a man.
Four to 1 your score. Ronaldo Lopez goes back to work, and the first pitch is nowhere near the zone. Into the dirt. Bender. It's 1-0. He starts off with a slider. That was his 53rd pitch. As we just start the third inning, the 1-0. Right there. P at the knees. Four-seam fastball, 1-1. Hopefully they were able to straighten him out, whatever is going wrong with his mechanics in the dugout. 1-1. Pitch down and away. Ball 2, 2-1. He's gone slider, four-seam changeup. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it away, 2-2. The 2-2. Down below the knees. So a full count now. Liam Hicks standing on deck. The payoff pitch. Caught looking strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. Four-seam fastball. Bang. One away. Good pitch there by Ronaldo Lopez. His velocity's a little down tonight, but it's really been his control that you have to be worried about. First pitch on the way to Liam Hicks, the left-handed bat. Just swing and a miss. Down and in. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 1-1. Miami 4, Braves 1. Miami scored 1 in the third, 3 in the second. Atlanta answered back with 1 in the second. A double by Ozzie Albies with 2 outs, and an RBI single by Dominic Smith as the 1-1 is punched towards the first base tarps. It's 1-2. Game 3 of this series tomorrow, Bryce Elder night. It is a night game. We're doing a doubleheader. Typically doing doubleheaders on Wednesdays and Fridays this year. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it foul. Do it again. And this week is no different. We've got the doubleheader on Wednesday. St. Louis Cardinals and Cleveland Guardians. And then Friday in Wrigley, Friday daytime, it's going to be Cubs and Mets with the Braves and Phillies on the double dip. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string on that sucker. Sit him down, Joe. My fingers are sewed. 2 down. Maybe get him some confidence here. Then the Braves are off on Thursday, so they'll set out for another road trip going to Philly and Washington for 7 days. So first pitch to Lopez is high and inside. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Spun Lopez around. Lopez walked his first time up and came around to score the 1-0. Four-seam fastball upstairs. Top shelf tequila, it's 1-1. Looks like the Cubs have tied it up with Philly in the fifth, 3-3, and they are threatening. The 1-1 outside wide, ball 2, 2-1. So he's gone four-seam, four-seam, four-seam. Really the only pitch he's had a lot of success with tonight as far as control. The 2-1 pitch outside, curveball misses, and we'll go to 3-1. 3-1 count. 4-1 your score. Braves trail Miami. Still a long way to go. And the 3-1 swing rips it. And it's an atom ball. L6 in your scorecard. Mauricio Dubon right there flashing the leather. We'll be back in a flash. Dubon will lead us off, and then it's Acuna, top of the order, 4-1.
They say when you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake in someone else's dreams. When I find out who you are, I'm going to punch you in the face.
While warming up for a game in 1983, Yankees player Dave Winfield accidentally hit a bird with a ball. After the game, he was actually taken to a local police station and charged with animal cruelty. Fortunately for Winfield, charges were quickly dropped. In 1970, the Cardinals signed a catcher out of high school named Randy Poffo. He played in the minors for the Cardinals and the Reds for 4 years before quitting baseball. He instead pursued professional wrestling, where he became the legendary Macho Man Randy Savage.
G'day. Hi, it's Dean, calling from Cyprus.
Buongiorno, Dino.
My mate wants me to rub sun cream on his back.
Holy dooly. A delicate matter, but a burnt wingman is useless. So there are rules.
Okay.
Only put cream where he can't reach. Between his shoulder blades. The safe zone.
But anything else?
Whack it on thick, mate. Last thing you want to do is a second coach.
And remember, Dino, the following things are not permitted.
Eye contact.
Scented candles.
Power balance.
And do not apply if he's wearing budgie smugglers.
Are we all clear?
Crystal. Cheers, fellas.
No dramas.
Armchair.
Sale to a major league team seemed only weeks away, a sure sign of the success with which he hoped to win his father's favor. Then, Cobb got a telegram. His father was dead, shotgunned. Cobb's own mother had shot him. Her husband thought she was having an affair, and when he tried to slip into her bedroom window at night to trap her with her lover, she shot him twice. Later, she said, she had mistaken him for a prowler. My father had his head blown off when I was 18 years old by a member of my own family, Cobb told a writer when he was an old man. I didn't get over that. I've never gotten over it. 3 weeks after his father was killed, on August 30th, 1905, Ty Cobb played his first game for the Detroit Tigers.
Welcome back, girls and boys, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Four to 1 your score. First pitch to Mauricio Dubon. Takes the pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Pitch misses. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Some kind of a powwow on the mound involving the umpire. The 2-0 pitch. Rocks and fires. 2-1. So a 2-1 to Dubon. Acuna standing on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing! That ball is dropped into left center field. It's down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Dubon. And your Atlanta Braves got the leadoff runner on here to start the inning. Let's go, Braves country!
Pardon me. Would you have any?
But of course.
Not the hardest hit ball, but hit them where they ain't. Righty-righty matchup. Acuna takes a half swing at the slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rips and kicks. Swing! Chops it down the third baseline. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. They check down the first base line, and first base umpire Adam Beck said he did not go around. That was close, 1-2. The 1-2. Flips it over to first real quick to keep Dubon close by. Miami 4, Atlanta 1. Bottom of the third inning. Feels like it's going to be another old-fashioned shootout here between these two. The 1-2. Down and away, bangs off the glove of Ramirez, and Dubon will head on down to first. And as he heads on down to first, or second, ball went in between Acuna's shoes. Righty. Pitch on the way. Swing! That ball smacked over to the right side of the infield. It's going to be a G3, but on the play, Dubon will head on down to third base, which will put him in scoring position where a fly ball or a ground ball could score the run. And that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Drake Baldwin to the plate. Matt Olson moves on deck. You would expect Miami's infield defense to play back, which they are, back into the left, willing to concede the run. So Drake's just got to make sure that he scores the run. The first pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Into left center, right center field, and turning and making the turn to second. Drake is going to be safe with the first slide in your Atlanta Braves. It's 4-2. The Drake comes through once again.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Drake is good. Drops it into right center. It kicked back to the center fielder. If it doesn't take that weird hop back to him, that ball might have gotten up against the wall or at least scooted a little further away. First pitch swinging by Matt Olson. That ball is scalded down into the corner, baby. And here comes Olson. He's heading for second. The Drake is going to score. Stand up, double by the Ice House. And your Atlanta Braves have made it 4-3.
This is Ice
Big
House.
cheese, baby. Big cheese.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Helter Skelter here in the third inning. Braves have already kicked two across. And the pitching coach, Carson Vitale, is coming out to talk to Meyer. That was a hanger. And she got cooked into the corner. Man, did he smoke that ball. The only question was whether it was going to stay fair. It hugged the right field line by about 2 feet and slapped up in the corner. It was a good ricochet for Casey to play off the bounce. If not, Olson might have actually had a chance at 3, though not likely. Now here comes Austin Riley. Austin Riley. He doesn't get a hair. If he doesn't get a hit here, they need to hold him down in the dugout and give him a haircut and a shave. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, rolls it foul. As Anti-Sampson stands in. He's 0 for 1 on the day, batting .222. You know he's going to snap out of it. It's so strange because he was swinging the bat so well in the spring, the 0-1. In the dirt. Good block by the catcher. Ramirez, 1-1. 1-1 count. I miss not being able to see both broadcasts because the way we have it configured tonight, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. All they ever show on this Braves Vision is a couple of fat asses eating. And that's all they show. I don't know what they're doing now. They're eating a burger. Before that, some guy was eating M&Ms. Like, who wants to see that? You're supposed to do that off camera. 1-2 count. But I digress. The pitch, swing, smacks it foul down the line. Braves 3, Marlins 4, bottom of the third. I couldn't get the Miami feed to kick on today because of the way we have it. Without getting into the nuts and bolts of it, we were fortunate to get one feed, so we just left it alone. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it. High into right center field. Get down, get down, get down. Making the running catch out there in right field for a loud out number 2 is Owen Casey. Austin Riley couldn't believe it. He is cursing some mean curses to himself right now as he rounded first. He thought for sure that ball was getting down. It was hit hard. That would have tied the game for sure. Mike Yastrzemski, the batter, first pitch. Four-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Yastrzemski's another guy who's struggling. They're going to have to hold him down and paste hair onto him. I don't know. Do something. The 1-0. Swing hits it up the right side, and that's going to be an easy 4-3. This is beyond a slump. He's batting 185, and we're in the third week of the season. We'll be back in a flash. 4-3. Braves back in this one.
Super marriage tip. If your wife is laying down on the couch, just ask her, do you plan on doing anything today? This will subconsciously remind your wife that she has chores around the house that needs done, and she needs to get up and do her chores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't going to be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
Oh, my God.
Don't look up there. It only makes it worse. Keep your eyes on me, okay?
Can't you just scan something less expensive?
Brace yourself. I'm about to do the mixed nuts.
Oh, my God. I'm going to pass out.
Get ready. I'm going to do the cured meats.
No, stop. I can't do this anymore.
It's too late. There's a line behind you, okay? You're locked in.
I'm not strong enough.
I know it looks like a lot right now, but I promise you, you're going to get home and you're going to wonder, what did I even buy? Get ready. I'm going to weigh the grapes.
Oh, what have you done to me, you son of a...
Armchair.
Crazy stats. On June 25th, 1976, in a doubleheader against the White Sox, Toby Harrah became the only shortstop ever to play every single inning of a doubleheader and not get a single ball hit to him.
Cobb's ferocity drove his team to the pennant in 1907 and himself to the batting championship of the American League. At 20 years and 10 months, Ty Cobb was the youngest man ever to win a big league batting title. He would win 7 more in a row, 12 in 13 years. He was, one writer said, a cyclone, a tornado, a typhoon, all rolled into one.
Welcome back. First pitch is right there for a strike from Ronaldo Lopez. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1 pitch, swing. Chops it. I think Casey chopped it off his foot. 0-2. The 0-2. Man, that got him right off the top, and so that's going to hurt. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Curveball on the outer edge. And there's one away. One up, one down. Top of the fourth inning, 4-3 Miami. First pitch is right there for a strike to Connor Norby, who singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball blew it right by him. 2 down. 74 pitches in. Raylo appears to have gotten his magic back a little bit. First pitch to Sanoa is a pitch outside the zone. Down and away, it's 1-0. Sanoa singled in the first and stole a base. The 1-0. Swing pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants it? Michael Harris calling everybody off. He'll make the jogging catch as he heads towards the first base dugout in your Atlanta Braves. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Back in it, baby. We're back. We're back.
I do in fact around and find out. I have in fact learned every lesson the hard way.
Movie theaters are failing because literally no one goes and sees movies anymore. And I think there's a few reasons for this. I think number one, no one makes good movies anymore. Number two, it's so damn expensive. And number three, you can just watch the movie on Amazon or Hulu or Netflix in like a week. But I think I have the greatest solution ever for movie theaters. Bro, these movie theaters need to start showing live sports games. Could you imagine if a movie theater played March Madness basketball games? Number one, the screens are massive, so you can play like 4 different college basketball games all at the same time on the same screen. Number two, they already have everything a sports fan will want. They have beer and they have food. And could you imagine if they made like all-day passes for March Madness? Like $20 to get in, it's $10 beer pitchers, and then you can like rotate through the different movie theaters and watch all of the different games. Like, it would be so sick, and they would make so much money from doing that.
David Ortiz was actually sued by Jay-Z in 2010. Ortiz had opened up a nightclub in the Dominican Republic called 4040, which Jay-Z thought was too similar to his nightclubs, named the 4040 Club. Ortiz and Jay-Z reached an agreement, and the trademark infringement lawsuit was settled out of court.
I think baseball is a great support to people who have emotional voids, gaps, emotional difficulties. That is to say, all of us. Those parts of us that don't function well, those parts of us that are sad or depressed, not every day. They can really use baseball. It isn't just the child in a wheelchair or the shut-in senior citizen listening to the radio that needs the game. There's part of us, part of everybody who's a baseball fan, that needs the game at that level.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Ozzie Albies fires in, and the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves trail 4-3. Kicks and fires. Swing, rips it back up the middle. And that ball's going to go, oh my God, a ricochet. You talk about luck. The ball gets smoked up the middle. It bangs off of the glove of Lopez right into the glove of Edwards, who's heading towards the outfield, turns and fires to first, and they get Ozzie by about a step. I mean, that's just the definition of luck. Should have been an error, and he was fortunate that A, that Edwards was standing there, but B, that he was quick enough to get the rebound without bobbling it. Because if there's any kind of bobble or anything, Ozzie's going to be safe.
Good night, children.
Dominic Smith, the batter, he takes the first pitch, swings, fouls it straight back. Off the 0-1, it's 0-2. Smith 1 for 1 with an RBI. Meyer sitting at 54 pitches. Looking in. Better hurry. He's down to 2 seconds. The 0-2. Pitch down off the plate. 1-2. So 1-2 count. Four to 3 your score. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball is belted into the right field corner and just foul. One and two. He hit that ball on a line but couldn't keep it straight. Gentleman out there made a barehanded catch out there for, I believe, his daughter. It's a pretty cool scene out there in the ballpark. The 1-2. Swing. Fouls that straight back. That sweeper, he seems to be on it. I just realized looking from the Miami dugout is the 1-2. Swing, pops it up. Jammed him with the fastball, and that'll be an F8 in your scorecard. Two down. Two down, and the batter will be Michael Harris the second. No, but I was just looking into the Miami dugout, and it appears that they call every pitch from the dugout. Yeah, they are. First pitch on the way is upstairs. Slider, it's 1-0. Feel like you could put someone in charge of just deciphering their code over there. The 1-0 pitch, swing, chops it down the first base line, 1-1. I don't recall seeing that last night. It may just be something they do with Max Meyer. I don't know, but he's just putting a hand up. One count. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Another one in the dirt, and he went fishing. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the fifth inning, trailing by 1.
War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. And it ain't over now. Who's with me? Let's go!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. It's depression. Everybody's scared. Punks are running wild in the street. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live.
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. You're gonna let it be the worst.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
You gotta say, damn it, my life has value.
And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Intruder.
Yes, you're an intruder. I was having a perfectly nice trip until you walked into my life.
Hey! Just lying around.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Right. Psychotic, but absolutely right. We gotta take these bastards.
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
I'm as mad as hell!
They're yelling in Atlanta?
Son of a... We struck the mother load!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
And this crowd's back into it now.
I didn't think you had it in you.
You look like somebody just walked over your grave. Play for blood, remember?
Like I missed something.
Yeah, we're all officially kicked out of school.
That makes sense.
Welcome back. First pitch. Start the inning from Ronaldo Lopez. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Paulie, number 9 hitter, the batter. Takes the pitch outside wide. 1-1. Miami 4, Braves 1. The 1-1. Change up, down and away, 1-2. Looked like that pitch was a little low and away, but remember they've already wasted one challenge. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. So even off to the bad start that Ronaldo Lopez has, they're only crediting 3 of the 4 runs to be earned. So he's got 3 earned runs, but he does have 6 strikeouts even to go with those 2 walks. He's pitched very well the last few innings. First pitch to Marcy is a bender down and away. Just misses the outside cut. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Jacob Marcy. Raylo kicks and fires. Outside wide. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Just below the knees. Two and 2. Or 2-1, excuse me. The 2-1. Swing. Fouls that one away, 2-2. So he's gone curveball, fastball, slider, four-seamer. He's placing the fastball a little better the last couple of innings. His velocity is still down a little bit from the last couple of starts that he's had. The 2-2. Misses outside wide, ball 3, 3-2. Full count. On deck is Edwards, the number 2 hitter, and then Ramirez is in the hole. As Marcy steps out of the box. Full count. Raylo brings the payoff pitch in the dirt, nowhere near the zone. Ball 4, and it'll bounce away. Drake will chase it down to keep the man going from home to second. He'll stop at first. 1 down. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is just smacks the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Xavier Edwards, the batter. Batting .354 on the year. 1 home run, 6 RBI. He had a pretty good night last night. So he takes his time out, stepping out of the box. I think he might have had something in his eye. He keeps trying to wipe something off his eye. By the way, the Cubs have taken a 7-3 lead in Philadelphia in the 6th, so good news there. Raylo flips over to first real quick. Keep the runner close by. Washington is now only up 1 run on Pittsburgh. The Pirates have made it 5-4. I believe that game is in the 6th. The 0-1 count. Outside wide. Mets do not play until later tonight. I believe that's a 10-10 first pitch. The 1-1. He's got that curveball working a little better. That one missed the zone, but It's not missing the zone by a lot like it was earlier in the game. The 2-1, outer edge for a strike, 2-2. Edwards, you see what he's doing right there? He's literally doing that in real life. I don't know what that was. I don't think he agreed with the call because, to be honest with you, it didn't look like that it was a strike. He was just kind of bouncing towards where the ball was thrown. He'll step out of the box, a 2-2 count, runner at first, 1 out. Braves trail by 1. Here's the pitch. Swing! That ball is sliced foul down the third base line. Runner was on the move. We'll do it again. Tomorrow night it's Elder versus Chris Paddock. I do believe the Braves have a distinct advantage in that pitching matchup. If they can win this game, you like their chances to win the series. Four to 3 your score. The 2-2. Misses upstairs, four-seam fastball. Full count. The payoff pitch, swing, runner goes, chopper back to the mound. Raylo's got one play, underhands it to first, and there's 2 down. Righty-righty matchup now. Runner at second. First pitch is inside. Four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. They have not challenged a ton since they lost that first challenge, and I'm sure it's something internal. But James Jean has blown about, I'd say, 5 calls since the Marlins lost that first challenge. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Just below the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. That's assuming that what we're seeing on the screen is accurate, but it's usually pretty close. So I'd say at least 3 or 4. The 1-1 pitch, swing, pops it up high in the sky, and Olsen's underneath it. F3 in your scorecard, and we'll get out of the jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Trailing by 1. Here come the Bravos.
Got the results today from my doctor. He said I was a beast.
No, he said you were obese.
How do I permanently erase you from my feed? I don't know, dude. I only know how to get on the For You page a lot, and also a bunch. But I would just assume, probably like you did, comment a whole bunch. That way TikTok knows that you don't like it, and you don't see me anymore. You probably also want to share, favorite, follow, these sorts of things. That way you never have to see me again.
On June 11th, 1938, Johnny Vandermeer threw a no-hitter against the Boston Bees. Just 4 days later, Vandermeer threw a second no-hitter, this time against the Dodgers. To this day, Vandermeer is still the only player in baseball history to throw 2 straight no-hitters.
When there's a shooting in the lobby of your apartment building, call management the next day and renew your lease. Be a man.
I'll level with you. I was playing poker with the guys. I lost $12 and knowing the way you feel about gambling. See, I was ashamed to tell you.
Where was you?
Now, just let me say this to you, that this whole evening is going to run a lot smoother if you just believe everything I say and then forget about it now. Come on, let's go to bed, huh?
Next to Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, the name of A.G. Spaulding is the most famous in American literature. It has been blazing forth on the cover of guides to all sorts of sports, upon bats and gloves, for many years. Young America gets its knowledge of the past in the world of athletics from something that has Al Spalding on it in big black letters. And for that reason, as much as any other, he is one of the national figures of our time. Boston Herald.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome in, Alex. Mauricio Dubon coming to the plate. He takes a first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. And some kind of a timeout's going on. There was a ball hit. I don't know what it can't be what they're showing on TV. The 0-1 pitch, outside wide, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Righty, the pitch on the way. Sinker is banged down the third base line. It's 1-2. Good to see Oswaldo in the chat tonight and Tillman. We got the country club members, Iron, Rich, Alex. I think I see Charlie still in there. The pitch on the way is outside wide, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. JC. Let's see you sneak in here, JC. I'm into. This isn't how I normally call the game, so I can't see the screen very well tonight. The 2-2. Outside wide. Did he go around? They said he did. Strike 3. And 1 away. Pitch was well outside the zone. We're saying that he offered at. Looking at the replay. Yeah. He went. One down, and we're back to the top of the order. Hopefully the Braves can. They had Myers on the ropes a couple innings ago. And then a quiet fourth. One down here in the fifth. Ronald Acuna Jr. takes a first swing, fouls it back. Sinker, just a touch behind that. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. So Acuna went to grab his helmet, and the umpire did a double take because it looked like it was a challenge, but he swung and missed. But he was just straightening up the helmet, the 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. Because I was doing a double take too. I was like, what is he doing? Getting so used to now that if you tap yourself on the helmet or the ball cap that you're challenging. 1-2 count. Meyer bringing it. Swing, fouls it away. Fists it back behind home plate into the crowd. Space Lad, good to see you. Typically have one set is the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. That was close. 2-2. Typically, one of my screens, a portion of my screen that is dedicated to be able to see what y'all are saying, to respond to as much as I can, is the 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. But when we're blacked out in the market and we have to do it a different way, the video is on the computer screen that I normally use. Is the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and Acuna will head on down to first. So the short of it is where I normally see everything, statistics, all that stuff is being used so I can even see the ball game. So Acuna will head on down to first. Representing the tying run. Man, they're still showing it. I'm assuming it's the pitching coach. Somebody's designated to call the game from the dugout. First pitch to Baldwin is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. you got to figure someone can figure out. I mean, there's only so many pitches this guy has, and he's throwing up literally one digit. He's not throwing a 1 or a 2, 3 or 4 or 5 is the 1-0 pitch. Swing, lifted, high and deep into center field, and that's going to get to the warning track, but warning track power will be F8 in your scorecard, and there's 2 down. But I feel like somebody could get over there and get the what for on Myers' pitches because they're coming straight from the dugout. Righty-lefty is Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch, inside, slider. It's 1-0. Last time up, Olson scorched one down the right field line. If he does that again, Acuna could score from first with ease. The 1-0 right there, sinker at the knees, 1-1. Memory serves correct, it was a breaking pitch that just kind of hung up in the zone. 1-1 count, 1-run game. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, runner at first. The pitch on the way, and Acuna steals second with these. Ball rolls to the backside. Acuna wasn't paying attention, or he might have been able to get to third. But nonetheless, it'll be a stolen base.
I feel the need.
That's really on Watkins, the third base coach. He's got to get his attention. Because if he keeps running at full speed, there's no way they're going to get him at third. The 2-1 fouls it away. Slider just underneath that one. Looks like Dylan Lee is warming up in the pen for the Braves, so expect him to come in the 6th. Raylo has labored through 5. You got to figure they're going to pull him. He's at 96 pitches anyways. The 2-2. Brings it just below the knees. Filthy slider. I don't know how Matt laid off of that. He missed the zone by just an inch or so. 4-3 Miami. Bottom of the 5th. The payoff, swing, rolls it over to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves get a man in running scoring position, but he can't get him home. We go to the 6th, trailing by just 1.
In 1970, the Cardinals signed a catcher out of high school named Randy Poffo. He played in the minors for the Cardinals and the Reds for 4 years before quitting baseball. He instead pursued professional wrestling, where he became the legendary Macho Man Randy Savage.
Did I ever tell you my grandma had 4 babies at once?
4 at once?
Yeah, they called them quadruplets. Yeah, and the doctor come up there to deliver the babies, and he had my grandpappy holding the lantern, and he said, "Here come the baby," and the baby come out, and then he held up the lantern. He said, "Hold up that lantern again. I think there's another." Sure enough, another baby come out. He said, "Hold that lantern up." I said, "I think there's another." And Grandpappy held it up, and there comes another. The 4th baby started to come. He said, "Hold that lantern up." Grandpappy said, "No, I think it's the light that's attracting them."
I'm a Sagittarius, which probably tells you way more than you need to know.
Yes, it tells us that you participate in the mass cultural delusion that the sun's apparent position relative to arbitrarily defined constellations at the time of your birth somehow affects your personality.
Albert Goodwill Spaulding, the sporting goods king, could look back on a long career in baseball. First as a superb pitcher, then as a ruthless club owner, finally as the man who had made the game big business. But he still had one more service to perform. He was determined to prove that baseball was an exclusively American invention, the brainchild of some ingenious American lad. He appointed a commission to prove it, but 2 years of research turned up almost nothing. Then, in 1905, a letter arrived from a frail old man who claimed that General Abner Doubleday had invented baseball as a boy in Cooperstown, New York, one afternoon in 1839. It wasn't true. But it was just what Spaulding had been looking. It proved, he said, that baseball truly was the national game. Played by Americans, watched by Americans, now invented by an American.
Welcome back. Braves trail this one 4-3, top of the 6th. First pitch on the way from Dylan Lee, who's into the ball game. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. Hammers it over to first. Olson's got it. Steps on first. G3 in your scorecard. One down. One down, and that'll bring Lopez to the plate. Otto Lopez, 5'10", 185. Out of the Dominican Republic. He's been here with the Marlins since 2024. Started his career with Toronto in 21. First pitch to Lopez. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Dylan Lee comes into the game with a 1.35 ERA and a .75 whip. Is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I think a lot of people forget he was drafted by the Marlins, Dylan Lee, back in 2016 out of Fresno State. Dylan Lee stands in. The 0-2 swing, hammers it down the third base line. Foul, we'll do it again. Dylan Lee himself is 6'3", 214-pounder. Out of Dinuba, California, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string on the changeup, and there's 2 down. Good to see you, John. See who else we have here in the country club when I get a second. Deb up, better step up. We need some runs. Iron Lung. He hasn't passed out on us yet. The first pitch from Lee to Casey to start the back. Lefty-lefty matchup. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Ashlia and Oswaldo. One-0 misses. Ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Kicks it and fires. Fouls it away. 2-2. We've got McKenna filling in for Jason and Kelly tonight. Welcoming her in is the 2-1 right there for a strike. 2-2. Or as I like to call her, Macarena. The 2-2 count. Brings it. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of 6. We need some runs, Braves country. 4-3 Miami.
My wife accused me of stealing her thesaurus. Not only was I shocked, I was appalled, aghast, and dismayed.
Things that I'm no longer interested in. Number 1, driving at night. Number 2, driving in winter. Number 3, getting on a scale. I don't like that anymore. And number 4, arguing with idiots. Number 5, being fashionable. Number 6, going to the gym. No use going to the gym anymore. I don't really care. Number 7, kale. Who likes kale? Number 8, wearing clothes that don't stretch. I need it. Number 9, counting carbs. And number 10, caring about what other people think of me.
Say something, a comment about the ref. Is it 20,000? It's a lot of money, eh? So I should not do it. I save my money, I gotta pay for diapers.
Crazy stats. Hank Aaron wore number 44 in 20 of his 21 seasons with the Braves. In the first season after his death, the Braves won 44 games before the All-Star break, 44 games after the All-Star break, and then won the World Series in the 44th week of the year.
We need Doubleday because as a culture we have to have origin myths. Now, baseball has no point of origin. It evolved. We know that. So they set up a commission, and they ginned up this absurd story about Abner Doubleday, who, as one writer said, probably didn't know a baseball from a kumquat, but he did fire the first responsive Union volley at Fort Sumter, and he did briefly command the troops at Gettysburg. So to have an American hero as the originator of the game seemed very appropriate indeed. It's total mythology. In fact, there is no single point of origin.
Let's not try to find a starting place for baseball. Let's consider it to be the Darwinian product of centuries of movement of people and continents and oceans, and something rising from the sea and then turning eventually after years of evolution into Barry Bonds.
Welcome back. Austin Riley stands in. Righty-righty matchup. And he cracked one his last time up. Should have gotten down and tied the game, but a great running catch out there in the outfield robbed him of an RBI double. First pitch misses up top, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0 is Peterson is on. Remember Peterson? 1-0 pitch. Swing! That ball is belted high and deep. Get up! Get up! It is going to die at the warning track. Warning track power for Austin Riley. One away. Man, oh man alive. I thought he got a hold of that one. Way too much air underneath that one. As the first pitch down and away to the Yaz. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Just misses the zone. Four-seam fastball. 1-1. 1-1 count. Mike Yastrzemski batting just 185 on the year. The 1-1. Taking the four-seamer. 1-2. Someone has got to ask the question, though. I mean, this is night after night after night, and nobody in the Braves beat writers are asking this very simple question. The 1-2, down and away 2-2. Why is Yaz hitting fifth in the lineup? I don't care what you signed him for. He is struggling. And meanwhile, you got Dominic Smith. He's tearing the cover off the ball. Doesn't have to be permanent. Just switch him up. The 2-2. Swing, hits it hard on the ground, but right at first base. Right into the teeth of the defense. He's hustling down the line, which you like to see. But there's two down. That'll take him to 182 on the year. 2 up, 2 down. Ozzie Albies the batter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch, down and in. 1-0. Michael Peterson was an Atlanta Brave last year. As the 1-0 pitch, swing, pops it up high in the sky, and that'll end the inning. F8 in your scorecard. Very quiet inning for the Braves. We trail 4-3. We go to the top of the 7th.
My wife asked if I've seen the dog bowl. I said I never knew he did.
So I just got fired from my job, and I don't even know why, because I only no-call, no-showed one time. I mean, I was late every single day, and I called in today and yesterday. But, like, that is so unnecessary.
In the early days of baseball, some hitters would choose to use a flat bat. Batters felt that utilizing a flat bat allowed them to bunt easier. But Rule 1.10a was instituted stating the bat shall be a smooth, round stick.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Yesterday I couldn't figure out if someone was waving at me or the person behind me. In other news, I lost my lifeguard job.
During the first decade of the 20th century, Americans sought to solve their country's problems by organizing everything. They formed children's aid societies, consumer associations, municipal reform leagues, and baseball teams. They played for the Reading Alerts, Utica Pentups, Binghamton Bingos, Scranton Choctaws, Hagerstown Antietam,s and New Jersey McClellans, the Laredo Apaches, Union City Greyhounds, Cincinnati Porkers, Evansville River Rats, and Iola Gas Band. They played for the Greenville, Mississippi Buckshots, Troy Collar and Cuff Makers, Providence Clam Diggers, Terre Haute Hottentots, Des Moines Undertakers, Lebanon Pretzel Eaters, Yakima Pippin, Bangor Bangers, and the Hartford Wideawakes. So eager to play, they got up at dawn to get in a game before they went to work.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Tyler Kinley coming on, the right-hander. Here we go. The first pitch on the way to Norby is a slider. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Kinley with the 1.50 ERA coming into tonight's action is the 1-0. Misses outside, ball 2-0. 5 strikeouts versus 2 walks. The 2-0 count. Swing, chops it foul. 2-1. Two-one count. Brings it. Swing. Lifts it high. Deep into left center field. Underneath it is the Yaz calling off Michael, and there's one away. I feel bad for the Yaz, too, because I know he's got a lot of pressure on him. He signed the 2-year deal. He's never been a Brave before, so the fans don't know that he is a good baseball player. He's just in a funk. I just think they could take a lot of stress off of him and drop him in the order. And Smith hitting behind Riley just seems like the smartest thing you could do. You'd force some much better pitches for Riley to see, first of all. It's the first pitch right there for a strike on the outer edge. Start the at-bat versus Sano. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside. Slider grabs it. 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. Lifts it into center field, and that's going to bloop down for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for Miami. Sanoa now 2 for 3 on the day. Four to 3 your score, top of the 7th inning, 1 out. 1 on. Kinley trying to keep it right here. Pauly, Miami's third baseman, standing in. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. You could keep the score right here. You would kind of expect Suarez in the 8th and Iglesias in the 9th, no matter what the score is. They haven't had work in quite some time. Kinley's going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. I don't know why, but a second ago, a bat boy went running in the back of the background behind the umpire. You can tell where whatever it was, he was trying not to be seen because he was blazing. Looked like the freeze going by. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Down and in. 1-1. One. 4-3 your score. Pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it back. Foul. 1-2. Game 3 tomorrow night. 7:15 first pitch right here on Braves Country Radio. Second game of a double dip where we'll have the Cardinals and Guardians. 1-1 fouls it back. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Turns and fires. Runner goes, and they're going to throw it back to first to see if they can catch him with his hand in the cookie jar. Runner just got back in time. Olsen wants them to take a look at it. Weiss double checking to see if they do want to challenge it. He's got his hand up waiting for the... Nope, he doesn't want to challenge it. It was close because he was kind of faking, and then all of a sudden he went to... I don't know if they've got a good enough view. The throw beat him back. I just don't think we got the tag on him in time because the throw came to the front. He slid into the back of the base. The 2-2 from Kinley. Swing, hits it up the middle, and that's a one-hopper off the mound to Dubon. He'll fire it to first, and that'll end the inning. Maybe that'll wake this offense up. Let's go, Braves Country. It's a one-run game. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to get up and stretch here in Braves Country. Welcome back, Braves Country. Bottom of the 7th we go. Little longer break than normal because they had some guy playing the bagpipes for the 7th inning stretch, and he was late getting out and getting off there. I saw the off-broadcast view, and he was clanging those things around. He didn't know what the hell it was. That'll be the first and last time he plays. Peterson back out there. First pitch on the way, down and away for a ball. As we start the bottom of the 7th, it's 1-0. Dominic Smith, the batter. Michael Peterson, who was on the Atlanta Braves last year, if you remember him. Peterson, 6'7", as the 1-0 misses high and out of the zone. 2-0. 6'7", 195-pounder. Out of Middlesex, United Kingdom. He's a Brit. 2-0 to Dominic. Peterson comes set. Swing, lifts it into center field, and that's down for a base hit. And the Dominator, once again, he just continues to hit. We continue batting him deep in the lineup. Let's get it together, Weiss and
This
company.
is a time for leaders to step up. Make us believe again.
Righty lefty, first pitch on the way to Michael Harris is swung on and swatted down the right field line. Fouling out of play. It's 0-1. Runner at first. Nobody out. Doesn't look like they're going to pinch run for Smith. Thought they might, but there's a good chance he's going to come to bat again. So the 0-1 pitch, swing, chops it through the infield. It's going to be a tough play. They're going to make the throw over to first. So it'll be a 6-3 put out. Good play by Otto Lopez to get it off. And on the play, all's not lost because Dominic Smith makes it into scoring position. With one down, he stands at second. Righty-righty matchup. Mauricio Dubon, the batter. First pitch, check swing, kind of an excuse-me swing. Bangs it down the first base line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. On deck is Acuna. Remember, Peterson pitched last inning, so they can go get him whatever they want. The 0-1. Swing. Hammers it down the third base line, but foul. Couldn't keep it straight. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Dubon down on strikes, four-seam fastball up around his eyeballs, couldn't lay off, and there's two down. Braves down to the last out here in the inning, and it's going to be up to Ronald Acuna Jr. We'll see if they'll leave Peterson in. Looks like they will. Righty-righty matchup. The Drake is on deck, and then Olsen. So if they have a lefty warming in the bullpen, they have not updated that. They have not shown one, but if they do, you think they'll go get them. Smith at second, 2 outs. He'll be running on contact. First pitch, inside. Good take by Acuna. It's 1-0. Ronald 0 for 2 on the day, batting .235, but he did walk in the 5th. The 1-0. Swing. Fouls it away. Four-seam fastball up top. 1-1. They really have been challenging him this year on the four-seam fastball up in the zone. Used to be a pitch you wouldn't dare throw to Acuna, but for whatever reason, it's working right now. The 1-1. Misses high. Four-seam high in the zone once again. It's 2-1. Drake is on deck. Olsen's in the hole. 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors for Miami. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Atlanta Braves. The 2-1. Up top, grabs the zone. Just barely 2-2. The 2-2 count. Braves still with both of their challenges. Robert Suarez is warming up in the pen. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into right field, but not deep enough. That's going to be an F9 your scorecard and another scoreless inning. We trail 4-3. We go to the 8th, needing a run to win 2 to tie.
106 miles to Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Have dinner, ready?
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Robert Suarez comes on. Spell the 8th inning for the Atlanta Braves. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball up top. Misses high, 98 miles an hour. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Cutter misses. Jacob Marcy, ball 2-0. Top of the order here for Miami, Marcy, Edwards, and Ramirez, the 1-2-3 hitters. The 2-0 pitch. Swing! Pops it up the chute. Riley waiting for it to come down before it draws rain. He'll make the catch there in foul territory next to the third base bag. F5 in your scorecard, 1 away. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Miami. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for your Atlanta Braves. That 1 earned run is really the difference in the game. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball to Xavier Edwards. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Misses. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Right there for a strike upstairs, 2-1. The error was on Drake Baldwin, in case for those of y'all who don't remember or weren't with us at the beginning. And in theory, that's the difference in the game. The big difference in the game was Raylo not being able to find his spots early on. He ended up settling down as the 2-1 pitch swing. Lifted, high into left field, going back on the track, making the catch. On the running catch is Mike Yastrzemski for out number 2. Two down, and that'll bring the number 3 hitter, Ramirez, to the plate. You expect to see Iglesias come hell or high water in the 9th inning. We have not seen him in a week. It's the first pitch, swing and a miss, change up. It's 0-1. And you're at the point now where you could use them back-to-back. You're still going to get the day off on Thursday to reset if need be. Braves trail 4-3. Top of the 8th, the 0-1 swing. Bangs it foul. It's 0-2. Cubs still lead Philly 7-4 there in the 8th. The Phillies are threatening in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-2. In the dirt, changeup. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Tigers beat the Royals 2-1. That game just went final. Framber Valdez, I think that was against Reagans tonight. Good pitching matchup. The 1-2. Swing! Lifts it. High down the right field line. Foul and out of play. This will be the 12th pitch of the inning for Suarez. Brings it, swing, rips it. Just over the leaping glove of Mauricio Dubon. That'll drop into left field, and it's a 2-out single for the Miami Marlins. One on and 2 out. First pitch swinging, hammers it through the hole, and that's going to be a base hit. Cunha comes up, firing. The Marlins will go station to station, with the catcher as the lead runner. And they've got 2 on and 2 out. Robert Suarez, first 2 outs with relative ease, and now we got trouble a-brewing. Lopez will be the batter. Righty. Lopez 0 for 2 on the day. But he's batting .306. Here's the pitch. 4-seamer. Down and away. It's 1-0. They're heading to the 7th in St. Louis, Guardians and Cardinals 2-2. We'll have that game for you tomorrow at 1:15. The 1-0 pitch, swing, slaps it into right, down for a base hit. Acuna has a hard time coming up with it. Here comes the throw into the infield. They got runners on the corners. It's now a 2-run game. Fastball high and out of the zone, and they just went the other way with it. So 5-3 your score. 2 on, 2 outs. And Owen Casey, the batter. First pitch, up top, 4-seam fastball. Hits for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. 4-seamer bringing it. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves lead the Marlins by 1 game, so if this score were to stand, we'd be in a flat-footed tie, top of the division as the 0-2 fouls it away. We'll do it again. Still got 2 more offensive innings to go, though, and the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. One-two count. Brings it. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. Miami 5, Atlanta 3, top of the 8th inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the heat up top, and that'll end the inning. Braves give up 1, but trail by only 2. We'll be back in a flash when we return. It's the heart of the order due up for your Atlanta Braves.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Hall of Famer Larry Walker was a big fan of the number 3. He wore the number 33 for his entire career. His first contract with the Expos was $3 million, and the most stolen bases he had in a season was 33. He also got married on November 3rd at 3:33 p.m. His career batting average with the Rockies was .333, and he was the 333rd member of the Hall of Fame.
The final weeks of the 1908 National League season saw a fierce struggle between the Chicago Cubs and their arch rivals, the New York Giants. With the pennant on the line, they met at the Polo Grounds on September 23rd. In the bottom of the 9th, there were 2 outs and 2 men on for the Giants, with the score tied 1-1. Giant pinch hitter Moose McCormick was on third, representing the winning run. Fred Merkle was the runner on first. Al Bridwell, the Giant shortstop, was up to bat. He lined the very first pitch past Cubs second baseman Johnny Evers into center field for a clean single. Moose McCormick lumbered home. The Giants had won the game and most likely the pennant.
Trying to explain the Merkle boner in 25 words or less is like trying to explain relativity to kindergartners. It's a force out, and under the rules of baseball, and this had happened in a game umpired by the same umpire 3 weeks earlier, so Evers knew where he stood. Under the rules of baseball, the play was not completed so long as there was a force out possible, and when the force out concluded, the run that scored didn't count. It ended up determining who won the pennant that year. It also ended up leaving poor Fred Merkle with this eponym created to embarrass and humiliate him and his ghostly presence even to this day.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by only 2. Fairbanks coming in. Pete Fairbanks, first pitch. Swing and a miss at the slider to Drake Baldwin. It's 0-1. Fairbanks, the closer, he's coming in for 6 outs, it appears. The 0-1, swing, pops it up. Down the left field line, giving chase. That ball's going to find eyes. That ball's going to get down, and it's a leadoff single for the Drake. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. We'll take it. All right.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Drake is good. Sometimes the Drake is just lucky. We'll take it. Righty-lefty matchup. Is Matt Olson the batter? First pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's belted. Fouled away. It's 0-1.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, Uber gobble, Uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble.
0-1 pitch. Swing! That ball is hammered right down the right field line. Bending. It's 0-2. Thank you, JC. That ball was scorched, and Olsen could not keep it straight. And if you heard his comments on the podcast last week, now you're kind of worried because he says you only get one of those in an at-bat. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball, blew it right by him. One down. Fairbanks may just be coming on for the 8th. He has struggled a bit. They've had a couple of options they've gone with, so he might just be coming in for the 8th. He's got a 6.75 ERA. They signed him. He came over originally as the first pitch on the way to Austin Riley. You talk about someone who's due. This would be a good time to do it. Pitch misses high and inside. It's 1-0. Iglesias is warming up in the pen, so we're going to see him regardless. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 count. Fairbanks spent his entire career, well, pretty much his entire career with the Tampa Bay Rays until this season. And the Marlins brought him on as the 1-1, swing and a miss, 98 miles an hour, 1-2. Originally he began with the Texas Rangers, came over to Tampa in 2019, and has been there ever since. He's got a career 92 saves. The pitch on the way. Kicks and fires. And for some reason, the Braves lost their feet. Great job. So I don't know what's going on. They put a commercial up. And I can't get any of the others. Here we go. We're back. Riley is out. Normally I've got the second feed, but I'm handcuffed by the blackout. Riley popped up to second is what happened. The first pitch right there is a cutter to Yastrzemski. There for a strike. It's 0-1. God, Braves vision is so bad. The 0-1. Glad I don't have to rely on it typically. Pitch on the way. Up top, misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves trailing by 2. Yastrzemski trying to find any way to get out of his funk. Pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line and off the chest of Casey out there in right field. It's going to be a long single for the Yaz. We got runners on the corners with 2 outs. Go corner to corner on that single. Good base running there by the Drake.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, do. Yahoo!
Sizzled that ball. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch swinging. Pitch misses off the zone inside. He chased it. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it high and out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Drake at third. Yaz at first. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in. 2-1. We tried to put it on the action, but for whatever reason, it's frozen. So 2-1 to Ozzie. Fairbanks, the windup, the pitch inside. Did that get him? That did get him. The bases are going to be loaded now. It was a bender that got Ozzie in the arm. He appears to be okay. And we'll have ducks all over the pond. It barely hit his jersey. So if you're going to get hit by one, that's the one to get hit by. And the Dominator, Dominic Smith, coming to the plate. If nothing else, what this is going to guarantee, even if Smith can't come through, is that you're going to see the top of the order in the 9th inning. Because now the way it lays out, it would be Harris, Dubon, and then Acuna. So we're at least going to clear that, but let's tie it up here. A base hit should tie it with Yaz at second. First pitch on the way. Cutter down and in. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Dominic Smith with a wry grin there, kind of saying to himself, he knew he shouldn't have swung at that one. The 0-1. Fairbanks. Kicks and fires. Swing! Fouls it back. 0-2. Oh-2 count. With 2 outs, the runners will be moving on contact, and Yastrzemski with good speed at second. There's not much you wouldn't score on. The 0-2. Down and in, good take. Tried to get him to chase that slider in around his ankles. The one that he swung at the first time, he held up this time. Miami 5, Atlanta 3. Bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, the 1-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it back foul, hanging slider. That pitch is just a little lower. It's in Dominic's wheelhouse. He probably should have taken it, but it was going to be so close to the zone, you could understand why he swung at it. That was a hanger. The 1-2. Check swing, fouls it away. And it's 2-2. Or excuse me, 1-2. 1-2 count. Fairbanks will be his 22nd pitch of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the windup, the pitch, swing. Ball's lifted into left center field. Get up, get up. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. It's 5-4. 2 runs will score. It's 5-5. 3 runs will score, and the Dominator comes through again.
This is a
Helter Skelter, baby. 6-5.
Make us believe again.
We're still alive.
Welcome to the United States of You Just Got Dominated.
You just got dominated, baby. The Dominator slaps it in the gap. Ozzie comes around to score. And you like apples? How about them apples? 6-5. The troubles continue for Fairbanks. It was another hanger. That was a cement mixer. This time it was a little outside on the about belt high, and Dominic got into it, and he split the gap. And there's nothing better than going shopping in the gap on the 8th inning on a Tuesday night. 6-5 your score. Braves get up off the mat, and here comes Michael Harris II. Runner at second is Smith. First pitch. Actually, I think they're going to pinch run for him. They are. Looks like that's Mateo out there. It's 1-0. Smith getting high fives in the dugout. The 1-0. Swing, chops it off the plate. 1-1. I just wish he'd get in that dugout and say, can you raise me in the order just a little bit? Do you see what I can do if you give me enough at-bats? Mateo at second, 2 outs. A 1-1 to Harris. A single would score Mateo with 2 outs. He'll be running on contact with good speed. The 1-1. Swing, slaps it away, four-seam fastball. Fairbanks' ERA, by the way, is now 11.57. You got to realize this guy was a really good closer. He's just in a funk. It kind of reminds you of early last year with Iglesias, when he just couldn't find his release point. It's very similar. The 1-2. Swing. That ball's lifted high and deep. Get up. Get up. Right field corner. Caught right there at the warning track, and that'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 3 on the board, thanks to Dominic Smith, the Dominator, coming through again.
This is a time for leaders to step up. Make us believe again.
Welcome to the United States of You Just Got Dominated.
Bacon fact number 18. Bacon is healthier than crystal meth.
Ladies, when you send us to the store, turn your ringtone on. It's not even in case we might call you, okay? We're going to call you. The potatoes aren't where you said they'd be. The guy who works here's never even heard of the hair stuff you use. And the aisle you said ketchup would be in is now cleaning supplies. Meanwhile, my wife can't go 11 seconds without scrolling on TikTok. Yet every time she sends me to the store, she immediately gets into the shower after throwing her phone into the bottom of a lake. Can't get the girl to focus on a movie for an hour, but when she needs the most specific eggs they make, she cracks her phone in half and buries it like she's being tracked by the FBI. So I just gotta walk around Target like I'm studying for a chemistry test. Every time I go to the supermarket alone, they're rearranging the aisles. The section I gotta get to is always under construction. Do you know how many different types of cheese they make? Then I get called a moron when I buy the wrong one. Why do they make so many different toothpastes?
I'm a good man. Yes, you are. I give about 50% of my money to charity. Yeah? Except when she's not working, I give it to Destiny.
Crazy stats. Mark Lemke played for 11 seasons and had 3,664 career regular season plate appearances. You may be asking yourself, what is crazy about that? In his entire career, he was never hit by a pitch. Lemke also had 257 career postseason plate appearances, and you guessed it, he was never hit by a pitch.
I remember reading a story one time about Cobb in the minor leagues playing and they didn't shower in the ballpark. They would go back to their little apartment or house, whatever it was. And every day, Cobb was always in the tub ahead of the roommate. And this one particular day, the roommate got back to the house, and the roommate got into the tub. And Cobb came in and dragged him out of the tub and said from the bottom of his heart, "Don't you understand? I have to be first."
Welcome back. Norby leads it off. The first pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Right there. Smacks the black. Four-seam fastball. 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup 1-2. Got a chance to actually see some comments during that last break. It's good to see everybody in a good mood. Braves lead at 6-5, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yak 'em. Send him down, Joe. My fingers are so. One away. When he's going right, that changeup, that circle change just absolutely is a showstopper. Cubs have beaten the Phillies. I think it's 10-4 is what that final is. The first pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Mets and Dodgers come up. We'll start in about 20 minutes. If you're up late, the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. I don't know if that's on TBS as well. The TBS national game tonight was Cubs Phillies. I don't know if they're doing a doubleheader. If it's it may be on MLB Network. The 1-1 swing pops it up. High back behind home plate and giving chases the Drake. Just runs out of room. Fan over there catches it though. Gentleman in a red hoodie. He is super happy, man. He is. I don't know if that's his first game or not, but he's on cloud 9 right now. You love to see that from a young fan. Looks to be a teenager. Kind of has those glasses that Raj wore, if y'all ever watch What's Happening. The 1-2 count. Time is called. First pitch off the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The 1-2. No soup for you. 2 down. Braves are 1 out away from coming back up off the mat, trailing 5-3 in this game. At one point, we were down 4-0. Scored 1 in the second to make it 4-2, 2 in the third to make it 4-3. As the first pitch is a changeup to the number 9 hitter, Paulie. It's 1-0, and Drake wants to challenge that. Why not? You got the challenges left. We've got 2 of them. You might as well use it. It looked low. It is. But I don't hate the challenge by the Drake. You might as well. Righty-lefty matchup. You do wonder what the thought process is from the pitcher. If he's in a groove and he just wants to do the 1-0 swing, pops it up. Doesn't matter. Can of corn. Shallow center field. Who wants to make the catch? Money Mike calls off Dubon, and Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses.
Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
6-5 your final. Player of the game, well, I think it's no doubt, it's the Dominator, Dominic Smith. 3 for 4, the bases clearing double, netted 4 RBIs on the night. He had a single in the second, single in the 7th, and a double in the 8th that cleared the bases. RBI in the second and in the 8th. Braves win it 6-5. Now 2 games back up on Miami. And we'll go for the rubber match tomorrow and see if we can keep the good times rolling. Big smile on the Dominator's face right now. He's going through. He's got a sweatshirt on after he was pulled out of the game, so he's giving high fives to all of his teammates. And that'll do it. Braves 6, Miami 5. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Miami. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. And your Atlanta Braves still in first place all by their lonesome. We'll see you tomorrow. Doubleheader tomorrow, 1:15. Cleveland and St. Louis. And 7:15, the rubber match. And it'll be Bryce Elder to keep the streak alive. We'll be going up against Chris Paddock. For all of y'all that stuck around, never give up on these Atlanta Braves. They're a fun bunch to watch here in 2026.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.